Evening again. Ladies and gentlemen, table to my right who were laughing at me earlier. Stop talking. Right, I've got a couple of pieces of paper here. I'm very organised. I ordered a glass of champagne, it should be with me soon. So, yeah, I know, right? What's the time? So I'd like to welcome you all. Some of us have travelled from very far. Welcome to you. Some of us have travelled just up the road. Welcome to you too. It's a fantastic evening. Oh, was that funny? Just got to cross off that joke. No, listen, it's great to be here. It really is. So welcome to you all. I'd love to once again compliment the bride and groom. They're looking absolutely amazing. Nothing comes close. Yeah, it's all about them today. It's all about them today. Don't worry about me just getting my champagne. Thanks very much, Matt. Best night ever. Right, Celeste, you can take that little shitty glass you gave me earlier. Right. So I've known Chris. Sorry, I'll introduce myself again. I'm Stuart. I've known Chris since I was 14. I'm now 21. My mom, it's a bit of a background. My mom became the nurse of a boarding school based in Grahamstown in the Eastern Cape of South Africa a while back in 1994. It was a big break for us as kids, especially me and my brother. And one of the first guys I ever met at Kingswood was not Chris. It was pulled you up and dropped you down. It was another great guy called Martin Ferreira. We were both what we call campus kids. We lived on the campus. We did everything on the campus together. And Martin Ferreira's dad was a housemaster of a house called Gainhouse. It's a boarding house. There are 4 houses. Chris was one of the members of Gainhouse, as was Ricky. So I had not started the school yet, but I was there in September of that year, and I remember getting introduced to Chris and thinking to myself, he's energetic. He's got a lot of life to him, this kid. He was the life of the party. He was a larrikin, as you call him. I then met Hagrid, Ricky Stubbs. And I'll say it, man. Like I was like 1/10 of my current size. So like I remember walking past, and these guys used to run an illegal tuck shop from the dorms, and used to like walk past, and there was Hagrid listening of all songs, Counting Crows right here. And at that stage, he was a beast. Like he was a first team prop. We had a lot of respect for all the guys beating into us. So I remember Ricky from a young age. It's funny how it changes though. I mean, it doesn't change that much. I mean, Chris is still scrawny as fuck. And still quite a funny guy at times. I mean, and it changes because Hagrid's now become Sports Illustrated Swimwear Model of the Year. Based out of Victoria. So we left school. I just killed her. So we left school in 1997. Some of us went different ways. I ended up in PE for a while, ended up in London. So we all met up in London again, as most people end up. And I remember we had a school reunion, or an informal school reunion based at a pub called The Puzzle in Earlsfield. I'm sure many of you have lost your minds on that dance floor. Yeah, pretty good place. And it was a Friday afternoon, so I'd finished work. I was working at Richmond, caught the train up. I walked through the door and I was like standing at the bar, and I was clearly the first one there, looking around. And I was like, it's really, geez, that's amazing. The Puzzle have got a great policy. They support homeless people on a Friday afternoon. There was a guy standing at the bar, tie-dye t-shirt, jeans and Crocs on.
It was Chris.
It was. I sort of looked at him, didn't want to look too hard in case he asked me to buy a big issue or something. And then he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I looked away. It was a romance, I won't lie. And he walked up to me, and he had those fucking dreadlocks again. And he walked up to me and was like, hey, donkey. Chris, hey, how you doing? So we had a beer, and halfway through the first beer, Chris started getting very low in life. He was like, I can't find a girlfriend. Life's just so hard. And I looked at him and I went, wash your hair, cut your hair. If I can give you one piece of information, just cut their fucking hair, will you? And he did. He actually listened to me. Well, I say he listened to me, but about 6 months later, he was like, hey, I got a girlfriend. He had shortish hair. He was well groomed. He looked like he had washed. So I like to think I started him on the road down. He sort of progressed. He got a girlfriend. He upgraded. He got a girlfriend. Now he's sort of hit the pinnacle. He's not going to go higher. Let's be honest. Batting way above his average. You gotta admit that. I mean, I'm betting way above my average. Everyone's betting way above their average. Right, I've got, I asked a couple of the guys we went to school with. We're still a very close bunch. I mean, next year we've been out of school for 20 years. We talk to each other daily, and I mean, a lot. Like, there's one guy who's got emoji Tourette's. And he just fucking, yeah. It's like aubergines and funny water. Yeah, it's getting out of hand. And I've just got a message from another guy who's sitting in Bristol, playing with his kid, in a nice way. And he wants me, he says, Donk, I don't know if I'm too late, but if the speech is not done yet, please can you pass a message on for me? He knows who this is coming from. Paul Beavers, Potman. He's been concussed there many times, he doesn't know his first name. I'm being serious. Anyway, he says, Toffelux. Hey. And Rebecca, congratulations on your special day and all the best in your future together. Sorry we couldn't make it out there, but we'll raise a glass to you in Bristol. Lots of love, Potman, Amy, and Ollie. Woo. Now there was another one from also a mate of ours called Chuma, but I'm not going to read it out because Chris asked me not to. Then I embarrassed myself. He literally texted me in Xhosa and I've got no idea what it meant. So we were like, oh, this could mean something really dangerous, so we're not going to bother. But this is from another very, very close friend of Chris's. I'll mention the name first because the speech makes a lot more sense when I do, because there's some funny words in here. This is from a guy called Mark Dayton. Some of you might know him. Yeah, see Heather going, yeah. But it's actually a very nice speech. I read it to Celeste earlier, and it's fantastic. Right, I'm going to read it. The first time I met Chris Dobbs was when I was 11 years old, at Kingswood College in Grahamstown. I remember him being an energetic, intelligent, confident, and always up for an adventure. I doubt any of that has changed. I was young, shy, far away from home and homesick. I think Chris sensed this and invited me away for the weekend to his home to meet his brother and parents. Mark and Heather, as you all know, are such amazing and kind people. Ricky is alright. How do you put that in there? But from that weekend on, we have... Hey, easy. But from that weekend on, we have been chunners. I have had the pleasure of spending most of my school life with Chris, as well as time in Botswana, during holidays when his folks moved to Gaborone. After school, we shared more time together in the UK, where again, Chris and his parents kindly welcomed me into their home and gave me a bed for 4 months. I apologize, there's not a lot of commas in this. We then shared a job together, commuting in and out of Putney every day, where people would walk past us in a blaze of fury, as if we were moving in forward and reverse, with the occasional remark of, "Hurry up, Jesus!" Chris at that time had long dreadlocks with bones, beads, stones dangling from them. He only wore sandals and loose-fitting pants and shirts, so you can imagine why the comments. None of the Fast Walkers' comments bothered us. We had each other as backup, and had experienced what life was really all about. Traveling around the world as free spirits, detached from the corporate humdrum. We have shared numerous adventures. I won't go into details, but a few of the memories that spring to mind. camping and 4x4ing at the Lion Park, getting arrested together, okay, drinking schnapps in the junior school computer room. Jeez. I try to protect them a lot, but clearly something got past me. Many bull and bush adventures, my wingman when getting punched by Melanie's dad because he thought it was Mike O'Keefe. I'd also punch Mike O'Keefe. Karaoke in the dodgy Chinese bar on the way to Bull and Bush. The list goes on. I know it sounds like we got up to a lot of naughty stuff. Yep, that's right, we did. Smiley face emoji. It just says Jay. Chris has an amazing aptitude for focusing on his dreams. Once he sets out to achieve a goal, however strange it may sound to anyone else, chicken wings every day for a year, Rubik's Cube, he goes for it. Respect, China. Last but not least, a mention from a friend who we both loved. Martin Ferreira was always in the mix. He created and shared a lot of adventures which Chris, I, and other friends were involved in. We only meet up with Martin every now and then in our dreams, but I know he would be so proud of you today, Brew, and would have loved to be here to celebrate this magical night with you and your wife, as I would be too. One love, my friend. May your love be modern enough to service the times, and old-fashioned enough to last forever. Thanks for life. Yeah, the last part's pretty emotional. He was a good friend of ours. Lost the world far too early. I'm now going to introduce the speakers. We got a couple of speeches up tonight. None as funny as mine, but we'll see what happens. So, yeah, you never know. You might have some luck, man. I mean, I've got a lot of notes there. Like, I'm all over the place. So the three guys we're speaking to, and I'm not too sure on the exact order again, but it's going to be Greg, Ricky, and Kevin. Is that the order?
No.
Ricky, Greg, and Kevin?
Ricky, Kevin, Greg.
Hold on, I'll go. Ricky, Kevin, Greg?
Yes.
Sweet as. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Hagrid to the stage.
Yeah.
So, David Hasselhoff.